are two hands up. And we have the microphones for them.
Well, I would like to commend Mrs. Crandon, a former student, for her presentation, which was very engaging and was anchored in such a way that the consumer could understand. And I would like to add a comment to what Mr. Ramnarine, to follow up on what Mr. Ramnarine said. Now, he spoke about eating the plantain chips and feeling a sense of guilt. For me, I share some of what you feel, but my feelings borders more on anger. Every time I go into the supermarket and I see coconut water from Malaysia, I see tamarind balls from Thailand, and I see a whole range of products that we have in Guyana that are coming, that are imported, I get really angry. My husband works with the private sector, and they deal with farmers. And one of the things that I do, I would take him with me to the supermarket and show him the products. And I would always ask him, what are you doing for the farmers? It is good to say that we need to add value to the products. That is just one thing. But the main thing is supporting the farmers to be able to do that. I am aware, as Ms. Crandon was saying, that there are farmers who are not poor. There are many, many poor farmers. Many farmers who can ill afford to pay the installments for the loans that they have taken on those big tractors that you see under their homes. I am also aware of the gap between what the producers earn and what the retailers earn. And my question is, what kind of support are we going to provide to help the farmers to add value to their products? They're not going to get up one morning and say, I'm going to be adding value to my product today or next week or next year. They need to be supported to do that. And I think the time has come for us to take farming to the next level where we integrate farming with business practices. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one that the speaker is Ms. Pamela Rose, she's a lecturer at the university here. And I think what we should do is, as we speak, let's please just introduce ourselves. Very good. There was another hand.
Maureen Bino, UGBC, lecturer in the Division of Education and Humanities. I would want to focus on food security. I have Googled the definition of food security, and I have seen that food security takes place when all people at all times have access to healthy and nutritious foods, as was advanced by Mrs. Crandon. So I would want to ask the question, do we have food security in Berbice, more so the rest of the world? And I would want to answer the question based on the definition. I think that we do not have food security in Berbice, neither do we have food security in the world. What we are aspiring for is to ensure that there is food security. The question I would want to ask is, what recommendations would you offer to the government to ensure that people have access to healthy and safe foods in terms of the use of pesticides and insecticides? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
These are more responsive, they are built that way, so they can give you the level of profit you need. You have to weigh out if you're going to grow BG7 and get 15 bags of acre, and you put little or no fertilizer, you grow GRD 10, GRD 14, you get 45, 50 bags, and you put 3 bags of fertilizer, and you weigh out the ratio between growing the two varieties, you're making X amount of dollars profit, there where you go. And even to that, it's not only to BG. You look at varieties difference in performance from field to field, location to location. And each farmer weighs out, as I'm speaking here, which one is the best option for them. And while GRD10 is making money for one farmer, GRD14 or the aromatic or even rustic is still making money for the next farmer. So we are almost saying the same thing here on the last one.
we just ask,
Thank you.
yes.
Just an addition to what Dr. Mahendra said. One of the things about a lot of these old varieties, this goes for cane or anything else. When you evaluate using fertilizers, fertilizers are still relatively cheap. Now, there's two forms of agriculture you need to practice. You're either going to do a small kitchen garden, or you're going to do it on an industrial scale. And if you don't want to make lots of money, there's nothing wrong with doing it 2 acres. If we in a country have to make a conscious decision, do we want to produce food at a profit or just self-sustain ourselves? There's a lot of arguments towards organic agriculture. Right? It does work. The plant doesn't really, if you look at it on a point of view of soil, it doesn't really care where the nitrogen comes from. Be it cow mold or urea. It gets into the plant, it doesn't know. Organic makes a lot of money because it's excellent marketing, fabulous marketing, and that's where we can key in on. But if you want to produce a lot of anything, it's an unfortunate thing, you have to use inorganic fertilizers or you will not. It's very impractical to do it any other way, particularly in a small open economy like ours.
Okay, thanks very much for that contribution, Mr. Ramnay. But I was wondering if you might also address another part of the questions asked by the previous speakers. And this is this matter raised by Mrs. Rose. What support are we going to provide for farmers to improve their ability to add value to what they are producing?
Okay, one of the issues that we've all heard and we've all grown up with is Guyana being the breadbasket of the Caribbean. I've heard it, we've all heard it, it's something that politicians use all the time. But we're not. Why are we not the breadbasket of the Caribbean? We have all the water, all the land, everything we have. What's wrong? One of the fundamental things with any country is the investment in the people. It's not the land or the water or the sunshine that's going to make our living standards improve. It's the people. Now, this is where the government comes in. And the government has been doing an excellent job. We have research stations, we have NARI, we have all these programs. What's fundamentally stopping people it's probably more entertaining listening to me. But what we have to ask ourselves the question, government, there's a lot of research done there. The coconut forum is on. Coconuts will make you a lot of money. Why isn't anybody saying, I'm doing 10,000 hectares of coconuts tomorrow morning? No one's doing it. Cassava's huge amounts of money. Industrial starch production. We could be the largest cassava producer in the world. Why is no one doing it? Nari and Dr. Beaumont used to come to you with the figures. You would look at this thing and say, oh my God, my children couldn't spend this amount of money. But why isn't anyone doing it? And this is where the government comes in. The government has done a lot of the legwork already. Dr. Mahendra and our friend Mr. Prasad from that, they can tell you exactly how much your inputs are. I know for Gaisuko, we have some Gaisuko staff here. They can tell you down to the liter of fuel you need to do 10,000 hectares and how many ramp boats you need. All the figures there. So why is anybody doing it? It's the people. We have not inspired our future generations to get into agriculture because they perceive it as not a profitable venture for them. All the work is there, but getting the people to get into the fields, that's the problem. How do we inspire them? That's a question we all have to answer. It's not a technical problem anymore. All technical work is done. The thing is inspiration. Getting a young man to decide, I'm not going to sit in front of the computer screen all day, there's more money to be made doing this. And I think that's the key. And the government has to address this. It's not through the minister. The minister has to make sure that the business of a young man wanting to go into cassava production is easy. Right? GMC has to find markets for them, or a system at least. Business, the university has all the technical stuff. We have all the technical information. Right? It's the education system, which my good friend is a part of, and the university, that has to inspire the young people to get into agriculture. It's a simple matter.
And to Mrs. Crandall, I was wondering.
I would just like to comment on that, please? Now, in the case of, by opinion, adding value. Anybody knows of Mayor Plantagenet? Mayor. Produce right in Kanji. Now, why are we not buying it? Because we probably might, let's be honest, we probably might be. We want the Saldanza. So when we develop somebody else's country, we complain. We're not buying our mayor, and we have our own country being produced so that we wage every day. Friday and every day, they go up to the man. People getting jobs. We don't buy them. Now, I know from attending UG that the previous administration planted cassava for the sole purpose in elected to making cassava flour. We even had, I think 2 years ago, a campaign in which all the schools were invited to make a product from cassava flour. And then we had a home economics project to see the benefits of cassava flour. But where they go? We were afraid to go back to, I was a little child in boardroom days. We are afraid to use cassava flour regardless of the benefits of it. That is the problem we have. It's not the product is adding value to Ms. Rose. It's that somehow our mind is blocked. You know, what we want, or some of us, can we say some of us can? Some of us, cassava flour. Do you know we can make breadfruit flour, and breadfruit flour is so beneficial, diabetics, and so nutritious, but we don't want to use it. Yes, we can add value. We are educating our students, yes, but they don't want it. We have our own Tangies jam, but we want the one coming from Jamaica, the Grace, and the other one coming from the US. We don't want our own. The problem is we're not educating the Guyanese on buying our own locally produced. That is the problem. We don't want to buy it. We want to develop Trinidad, and we want to know why Trinidad got more jobs than us. Every time you buy 3 bottles of Jamaica Grace ketchup, somebody else is getting a job in Jamaica. That's why you said they have jobs. If you don't buy it here, nobody will get jobs here. Simple as that. We adding value, but nobody wants to buy it. It's as simple as that. It's not a government this week. Change your attitude and we all move forward.
Okay, I saw questions from several people. I think I saw. Yes, please go ahead.
I call Henry, and I really want to thank all of the panelists for being here and sharing with us. Nampasad is a household name, and we buy Nampasad. I don't buy any other rice than your rice. Because you sold it to me, you invested in the advertisement and so on as a private enterprise. So it has become something that I think we're all associated with. But not all of us can do that in terms of, the nature of our business. The thing though I wanted to speak to was the use of pesticides. I think it's not only for you, the speakers, I think it has to do with the policy of government. I think they're in the industry, and I think government is supportive of the bigger industries, like rice and sugar and all those people who are the underpinning in terms of agriculture being the mainstay of their. The thing is that we have a fear that if we don't use the pesticides, we are not going to get the big bucks, as my friend there is saying. We moved from 2006 where we were just using about $6 million in terms of agrochemicals, US dollars. Right now we are spending $13 billion in pesticides and so on. And I have a concern as a social worker. I have a concern because in this region, where we are, the agriculture region, we are seeing more and more of men like you, right, killing themselves, just looking like you too, sir, right? And that's unfortunate because many of those men are hard-working men who work the fields, who are exposed to the agrochemicals, who have problems, who we don't have enough social workers and other people to help them, we don't have enough recreational facilities and all the other things, and then they have access to these agrochemicals. What Professor Gomes was saying is that we can use less toxic chemicals. And that's the same thing I heard from Dr. Richmond, who I haven't seen in a long time, right? But the thing is, do we want to? Is there the political will? And when we talk about the political will, it's not only from the government, it's, as Ms. Crandon said, from the farming and the agricultural community. We want that quick turnover. But we damaging the waterways, we damaging our people's lives, our young people are using the chemicals. I can leave here now and go to 3 of those pharmacies that sell agrochemicals, and I will tell you that before you leave here, I will be able to buy anything I want if I want to use it. The controls are weak, and we are not doing anything about it. We say we put up safe securities and all that. No way. Those things not safe. We are Guyanese. We can break systems. Right? So what do we do if we want to, yes, have the right kind of food in the right quantities, healthy food, but also protect the men and women like you and I? You understand? How do we protect our young people from accessing those chemicals? And how do we protect a Guyana that has the kind of food that 10 years down the line, we're not hearing what Dr. Gomes is saying, that it's still in the soil? I don't know if you can answer us, but I think your conscience will go back to your different communities and speak to them and ask your Minister of Agriculture, ask the Rice Producers Association and all of them, please, let's reduce the chemicals. Thank you.
Now, not many persons, but inference can be made from what Ms. Henry said. The whole idea I want to speak about is ethics, because I think most business people throw ethics out of the door in terms of profitability. All right, so anything we do we should look at the ethics of it. Now, if we want to look at food security, we have to look at sustainability, not only in terms of meeting the needs of today's generation, but if we are going to continue to damage the soil, what will happen in the future? Because even if we are using the inorganic fertilizers, they're damaging the soil. And if the soil is damaged, where are we going to produce crops? In the sky? We know that our world population continues to increase rapidly. And therefore, we have to treat this soil, with the proper respect. We need to, Sir spoke about management. We have to manage the soil properly if we are going to expect, right? So we have to look at all the factors. Yes, productivity is very, very important. However, one of the things, which Ms. Cramden spoke about, again, is in terms of food security, yes, staple is important, but we cannot eat rice alone because we'll all become malnourished. All right, so most of the milk we use in this country are not very shameful. We have so many heads of cattle, but we only think in terms of the here and now. We are not having enough industries where value is added to what is being used. And that is the fact. Now, Ms. Cranes spoke of the fact, yes, there are many persons producing at the subsistence level very good products. But in terms, what we produce must be attractive.
Thank you.
What we produce must be attractive. I mean, something might look good, and in the end it might not be so good, but it has to look good first and foremost. Right? That's how persons are attracted. So why everybody go for Saldanza? It is very attractive. We did marketing and more attractive, and that is what Nanprasad has done. They've made their products very attractive. As Ms. said, they have advertised, right? But the small man is unable to do that. Right, so we might have a lot of good products, but we have to move on to more packaging. So we have to move away from the subsistence level. And we have, now my one question is to Mr. Govindra Ramdare. Now, why is it we are speaking about, technical information? And yes, Gaisuku has all the technical information available to them. And one of the things we find, our director spoke about the fact of management. Can we say that Gaisuku is effectively managing the industry that we continue to suffer so much? We had a career fair just recently at Kanji Secondary. And one of the things that amazed me, we spent so much money at the Skeldon factory, and we are sending sugar to Trinidad to be, to improve to make white sugar, right? Which is sad. and we continue to rob the national coffers, that every time, guys who need a bailout, they have to go to the national coffers. What are we doing to improve the industry? And if we're going to have food security, we can't have one sector robbing, where money can be spent and all of the other things. We need vegetables. Yes, we need sugar, but not so much. So there are other industries that we have to invest in, and so we can have proper food, nutritious food from all the food groups, and then we can be healthy. And but the main thing I am saying is whatever we do, we have to look at the ethics. Thank you very much.
Dr. Richmond, I think you want to follow up to that?
Yes. I don't see the minister. Unfortunately. I think we might be encouraging students to go into agriculture, but we have to create an enabling environment for those students. We have to look at bank rates. A student coming out of school wants money to invest in something. He knows about, let's say they're saying plantain chips, but he has to improve his packaging. Could he go to the bank and get that money easily? And could he afford to pay the 18 and 20% that the commercial banks are asking for? That is what the Minister of Business ought to be looking at. Thank you.
Dr. Richmond, but on that topic, I think we have a lot of agencies that help young people, because I'm attached to a few of them. Once you have a good business plan, and of course within that agency that will help you develop that business plan, and you present it, showing that, okay, between now and another 3 years, you're able to generate a certain amount of income, you'll have the market availability and all of that, you'll at least be able to get 75% of that money. But it's how we manage it if we do get it.
At what rate?
No, the rate is, sometimes you just get about 2-3%, it's not much. It's helping young people, they do have. Thank you.
We are grateful for that information. May I ask Mr. Ramarango to respond to the issue raised by Mr. Vanille, this question of the effective management of sugar production?
I wasn't here to talk about Gaisupu, but in all fairness, Gaisupu is a business that sustains a large part of the economy of Guyana. It's been going through a lot of trying times, and we have to change with the times. Because we've always done sugar for the last 200 years, we're going to have to continue doing sugar. Sugar will always have a role in Guyana. And right now, the company is going through a transition. And as you know, with the Wales estate, we're going to go into diversification. But I mean, I can't tell you any more than that at this point until the government is a stakeholder of Gaisupu, until they decide what the future of our company is. That's all I can say on Gaisupu. But I just want to make a point in regards to the chemicals. I mean, I'm not speaking on behalf of the pesticide board and EPA, but I have a lot of things with them, myself and Dr. Mahendra. Guyana has one of the most restrictive pesticide control systems in the world. Right? The law, this is true. In certain parts of America, an aircraft, the minimum distance from aircraft to spray a pesticide is 100 feet. Right? In states like Texas. Very, very, very small. We have 1.6 kilometers for certain things. It's extremely restricted. Now, the laws are there. Right? What your issue is that the laws are being enforced. Because every single time an aircraft goes there, I think it's reported, there's a long checks and balances that has to go to with regards to the agricultural use of pesticides. But what happens is that getting the pesticides in the shop, as you said, is a social problem. There's other issues there. It's not a technical issue that the pesticides are killing people. Right? If guns are, I'm sure, are freely available, that might be another option, but they're just freely available. It's a thing that happens. But that's something that we as a society have to deal with.
It's at a policy level.
At a policy level.
Not buying so much. You have to use less stuff.
One of the things that we have, in order to feed the growing population in the world, if we do not increase the use, this is worldwide, the use of inorganic fertilizers, we will start to starve. It's nice, and this is my opinion, I'm just saying that if you look through objectively through the figures, the organic movement and it's very nice, it's lovely, it sounds lovely. When people are starving, that's when trouble happens. And the only way we have to feed people need cheap food. How do we produce cheap food? Unfortunately, the way to do it is an intensive agricultural system. Right? That's what you want, but this is a choice we have to make as a society. Are you willing to pay more money for something or not? The large industrial agricultural production in the world, it has to be intensive. If we need to feed the world, there is no other method, unfortunately, except intensive agriculture. That's why we're managing to do the green revolution. Doc can tell you all about that. When that happened, it's fertilizers, plant breeding, fertilizers, and the use of pesticides. We are here because of the success of the agrochemical industry, unfortunately, the agrochemical industry. We've long passed the stage of an idealized farmer in his field growing a couple of watermelons and some rice and some. That doesn't happen. You can't feed anybody like that. It's all of our wheat, the flour in Ghana, all the bread in Ghana, it's a genetically modified flour that comes from the United States. Right? I have a friend at Super one time who was saying that we don't sell GMOs here. I asked him, has he ever seen a canola plant? You all use canola oil. What's canola oil? It's a genetically modified oil from rapeseed oil to go to Canada, Canadian oil. Right? Everything that uses flour is genetically modified. We cannot survive as a species without interfering and manipulating these things. Right? GMOs, it's going to happen. We will deny it, but it's going to happen. Pesticides, it's going to happen. We have to do it. There's no choice to feed people. If you've seen people starving, you understand why you have to do these things. We're very fortunate to live in a country with an abundance of food. There are a lot of places in the world that don't have that luxury. I'm not supporting this, I'm just giving an argument.
Thank you, Mr. Ramnath.
Can I comment on that?
Okay.
I'm not because I'm the only female I'm disagreeing with the men. I'm very sorry. But I totally disagree with you, sir. Totally disagree with you. You telling me we have all of this land, the olive oil, saying that we don't have a food security problem, and it's well secured. You have all of this land, all of this water. You say in order for us to feed ourselves, forget the country, we didn't continue with Guyana. We had to put a set of chemicals in our body. Now, if you're saying that we got safe use or use a limited amount of chemicals to boost productivity, but if you have ever visited Blackbush Polar, a rice farmer, right? No, I want cash crop. Anybody cash crop? Any cash crop farmer? Be honest. Based on my colleague final year project, so Carl probably can. They spray at least 3 times per week.
Yes.
Am I correct, farmer? And this is cash crops that you eat, put in your body, and you bet you have children, right? And your children eat these same things. Then you're asking me why did they coming up with all these different illnesses, all these different malformations, and no, I don't have to go. I have too much land. If you're going to use safe use a little bit of chemical, you want to boost it. But you can't spray 3 times a week and then by Saturday you come and give me that for eat. That's what happened in Guyana.
If I may, Mrs. Stratton, if I may.
You have the alternative. If we do not have the alternative, then
Cultural control. Most of the farmers in Blackbush don't have, as Dr. Gomes mentioned, we don't have cultural control. You have poor management in your farms. So a lot of pest and disease will develop because of poor cultural practices.
But
Don't blame it, poor cultural
if I
practices.
may, Mrs. Granville, what Mr. Ramnath was talking about is the use of inorganic fertilizers and not the misuse of pesticides.
I was happy to hear that quite a lot is being done in terms of input and what have you not to help the farmers to add value to their products. And as you rightly mentioned, one of the key things in that area is investment in human resource. But my question is, how much of what is happening at the top is filtering down to the bottom? Because I am aware that there are numerous farmers, if you go and you ask them, they're going to tell you they have never been exposed to any kind of training that would assist them to add value to their products. Us, you cannot be annoyed with us if we go for images that are attractive. Not only are the packages attractive, they're very user-friendly. They're easy to open. And that's one of the things I always look at too. Even some of our products that we have, butter and what have you not. When you go to open them, you have difficulty. And you find that lots of other places making their products are ensuring they are user-friendly. And if we are going to compete, whether it's regionally or internationally, we have to ensure that we have our image in order. I'm not a psychologist, but I think probably there is some reason for going into that area.
Thank you.
My comment.
Ms. Rose, I'd like to comment. Yes, we're going to talk to the government concerning some of the subsidies, but can we look at the ingredients? There, that's got oil, salt, plantain chip. Please look at the ingredients present in Southampton. We will be going this way. Look at, yes, it looks good. It looks nice. We're going to look how nutritious is it? Is it harmful to our bodies?
And that's the good point. We need to package our ingredients in such a way that it attracts people, because most of the plantain chips we have, plain plastic, nothing on it.
When we're talking about profit and profitability, we must talk about cost of production, income and expense. I think, for example, in rice, you don't get control of pesticide, you have to import, you have to pay high price fertilizer. But in the water, in Guyana here, land of many water, and average cost for 1 acre in Blackbush, for irrigated is $5,000 average.
Per crop. You get how many acres?
1 acre.
$5,000.
Paying for water.
Crop.
And Blackbush plant
One
is
season?
right here. Right. So if you time 5,000 by 20,000, you go come with it. For crop times 2 per year. Just for transportation, it costs $200 per bag to transport the paddy from the field to the road, and then the next one is from the road to the mill. In Blackbush last year we produced about 1.5 million bags of paddy. Times it by 200 again, and times it by 2. You see how much money farmers spend? If we get garbage to water, if we get good access road, we will make a lot of difference. The average cost to produce a bag of paddy in Guyana or in Barbados here around $2,500–$2,700, and the selling price right now is $2,660.
Cost of production higher than
Right? So farmers in Blackbush will know the cost to produce, we know the selling price. So we can't continue to go like this. Somebody have to step forward. Let's talk and more action. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does any member of the panel wish to make a final comment?
Okay, so I wanted to respond to 3 things because the university's role in this is quite important, and as has been acknowledged. The first thing that I want to say is that this week coming up in this week, we have a team of consultants from Harvard Business School and a couple of other places in Washington coming here next week to look at the creation of a business and entrepreneur school at the University of Guyana. So that's on the books, and we're hoping to get that done by the middle of next year to start it. There's going to be the Vice Chancellor is having a reception at Duke Lodge on Thursday night. There's some people here who might want to. It's a good journey. Certainly will be invited to come, and certainly we'll bring them up to talk to you as part of that consultation about how agribusiness could be involved in integrating into that school. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say about UG and its input is, well, that's about me. I actually bought plantain chips and breadfruit chips and cassava chips and sauce there when I came up this afternoon, which is my lunch. So I buy it, and I totally agree this is personally not on behalf of the university, that those other products are not only more expensive, but they have things in them, they're less fresh. And I actually buy for my children's lunch kit from the man in the National Park who sells his plantain chips and his cassava chips rather than buying those in the store. But sometimes it doesn't come. So it's a question of also availability and systematicity, how often, how regularly you can get things. So it's been an interesting discussion, and I've taken a lot of notes. Especially this last point. Sir, what's your name?
Philip Dynai. Philip Dynai.
Dynai. I feel you. I think that is a very important, poignant, and I'm sorry the minister had left when you said that, but I am going to ensure you that he hears that comment. We will send him a plaque, and I'm also going to send him a note.
Thank you.
I don't have any power in government to do anything, but I do believe that this was a very demonstrable point you made about what is needed and what should be done and what can be done to support. So thank you for coming and for making that commitment. Thank you. Thanks to everybody else as well.
And thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed. Let me just say that the minister, before he left, asked that I pass on his thanks to members of the panel in particular for their contribution and for taking time out to come to this event. And it is only left now for me to ask a student in the Faculty of Agriculture, Mr. Kareem Hines, to officially deliver what is traditionally called a vote of thanks. I'm not sure he's eligible to vote, but how do you vote?
Good afternoon, everyone. I must say, in my opinion, it was a very informative discussion this afternoon. A lot of key issues were addressed, but to the matter at hand. On behalf of the university, I wish to extend a sincere thanks to all those who helped to make this event a success. Those include Honorable Minister Mr. Dominic Gaskin, unfortunately he is left, Mr. Chris Jabio of Chris Jabio Construction Services, Mr. Mahendra Prasad, General Manager of Prasad Group of Companies, Mr. Punai of Punai's Pharmacy and Animal Healthcare, Mr. Manoj of Spready's Bakery and Snacket, Ms. Nikita Ford, Ms. Christina Benjamin, Ms. Tiffany Otto, Ms. Janelle, Ms. Joelle Valentine, sorry, Ms. Paulette, Paul, PRO, Department, the Director, Mr. Professor Gumtinagno, Assistant Director, Claudia Henry, Ms. Cranham, Mr. Philip Silva, and staff of the Secretarial Department of the UGBC. Groundsmen, janitorial staff, cleaners, and tea. Ms. Denise Brown, Director, Center of Communication Studies. Ms. Nelson Prasad Gurram, Mr. Ophio, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Let's go.
What is it?
Orfeo.
Thank you very much for that. Orfeo Perfit of the CCS. Deputy Vice Chancellor, Pace, Ms. Dr. Kolomo Mohammed, Mr. Malcolm Williams, Mr. Kyle Craig, and the members of the Government of Guyana's e-governance unit. The media, Dr. Mark Tombridge, Mr. Juvendra Prasad, Institute of Peace and Action. Thank you very much.